Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Henry Suhan from Visual Communication Design Study Program, Nahdlatul Ulama Islamic University, Jepara. Want to present about the Briangan batik in the constellation of modern aesthetics. The Briangan batik is constellation of modern aesthetics is divided in the 5 chapter and different expression. The period batik in the possession of modern aesthetics in 5. 1. Introduction. 2. Period batiks. 3. Understand of modernity. 4. Period batik in the constellation of modern aesthetics. 5. Conclusion. The first introduction divided 3, namely 1. The development of period batik. A number of patterns were exhibited in this rush that have to do with activities development from our traditional piringan batiks in the past to modern piringan batik in the context of the constellation of modern aesthetics. In order to recognize the respective characteristics, this is program where approach by studying the aesthetics of modern piringan batik in order to creativity activities development that can be of advantage, acting as a score of inspiration when decision level variation. No, and in the further culture with the construction of modern aesthetics, the research was conducted in two phases. First, we document in development of modern period batik in the aesthetics domain. Aesthetics considers of agreement and secondly to approach of the project classic version as a part of the taxonomy related to the point of from study. Stories. Stories we have is investigates the stories of period batik. Considering its breed, background, and design. This information was made and activity the clusters of the activities and activity that are embedded in the organism, both and local content of census culture. Many aspects of batik have been the subject of research, but the context of being empathic in the consideration of modern ethics still need to be studied from the aspect of modernity. The source of study can be a new or fresh start in self and at sometime it is an advent to complete previous research. Reading from good eye student viewpoint of view. Have reviewed the culture of both standards ethics. We approved that there are five active related to ornament specialty in relation to the aspects of aesthetic and affinity. This I this leads to development and development factor in the pattern of treating tenses. Artifact. Without batik artifact in the discipline statement in the spirit of Siska Gandhi and creation from the phrase have 16 tahun. Contrary, there were number of corak lukisan, painting ornamen, pupunjing, hihi kekembang, alas-alasan, urung-urungan, mentahan, sisirangan, taruh dada, kembang terate. And the same course all mentos sort of favorite buh. Kembangan, kembanganmu, kembangan muncak, gagan senggang, ayam tuyut, ayam tuyut, poin regenis, cecempaan, manggis haris, surat awi, paringi nyesek, hujan iris. The above judgment clearly implied that at the time and script was various institutions people were familiar with several kit in February and Bhati as well. Impression, the development of Bhati, especially piringan Bhati, Bhati Garut, Bhati Ketasi, Bhati Ciamis has been widely split into a number of marine and naval estimations in this development. Prism course and even has become an influence to the cultural variant of Indonesia. However, the term Piringan Batik is source more clear by connecting its characteristic to the traditional meaning of batik related to its aesthetic and utility. The comparison of the old batik has to be related to the meaning of present day batik and expression of modernity. Aesthetics, aesthetics and activity spirits. This definition was animate at infinity, the characteristic of the activities and infinity that are embedded in the organity. Both and local content of synthesis culture. Many aspects of body have been the subject of research. Put the content of Piran body in the contortion of modernity aesthetics. Still need to be still need to still need to be students from the aspect of eternity. This sort of student can be a new or fresh start in itself, and at the same time it is an attempt to complete previous years. Switching from grid and development point of view, having review having having reviewed the internet of Sunday's artifact, we found the three and fifth artifact detect two. Ornamentality in relation to the aspect of activities and identity. These last two elements are important factor in a filter of traction in synthesis artifact. Connecting Gothic artifact, there insignificant judgment in the script of Skanda in Christian from the first half country in the three number of Sora. Piringan Batik. The second is the Piringan Batik in divided into namely one, it type development Piringan Batik. Batik is the process of reviewing textile using batik is a process of reviewing textile using wax as resintant for the color substance being applied to it. The process applies the cloud dyeing technique and uses the cutting technique or carbon stepping. In the past, the stabbing technique uses to be exit from the traditional batik technique. Step batik fabric was not considered batik the original in the art process of making, but later this view changed. I hope the inverse view occurred specially because of communal contribution. Number two, batik must follow the development of the time. Batik must follow the development of time. In the developed country, batik activity have development in Cirebon, Resmi, Indramayu, Pauman, Ciamis, Cikoneng, Tasikmalaya, Sukaraja, Cihidung, Cipedes, and Garut, Trogong. At city or region, as its subdivision, hit restaurant in the Dream Dermian, Tusmin, Garut. The variant batik has been newly spread into several mining as and dimension in interpretation. Great place goals have even become. It influenced on Indonesian culture diversity. Next, batiks has been cut on the basis of artistic foundation developed in accordance with demand of the time. The three namely understanding of modality. Number one, in the influence of culture in the development of batik. Conquering the meaning of modernity, a Indonesia modern as aesthetic force came up in the beginning of development control and experienced the second textualization process in its own country by Western culture. Since undergoing the first textualization process into the adoption of modern aesthetics. First, an agreed effort to remove Western culture, the Indonesian national has become a modern national in the Western national. In addition to that, in addition to that is lifestyle of the urban community during the Colonial era has continued to preserve in the of independence. Along with process, a lifestyle female to the modern European lifestyle to road. They also happened to the region of Bandung that modern programming quantity of conspect. Rationalism with is accelerated to support the process of industrial production and again explain to the two object conflict, diversity and unity as will commercial culture. In addition to the modernity also thoughts, synthesis culture which had already aspired have turned to the influence of Hindu, Buddhism, Islam, Java, the West, and national. All these influences have brought to the modern Sundaism. It is Sundanese culture that has experienced a transformation, genealogy as well as scurrility, being and overlapping in the process of assimilation, acculturation, nationalism, and adoption of variant new culture they are great as modern. In the modern frame of thought, whenever teaching, textile demanding should be referred to the definition of textile garment, housing experiment or commodity. History show that there is tension between traditional of modernization, the dynamic of the two police will purchase and choices of what we must dissect of reason in accordance to the present needs. Number two, the activities of piringan batik. The activities of piringan batik in collection of modern activities happens when we are able to run the horizon background, philosophy, symbol, theory, expression, and all of the creative aspect in order to active inspect of wisdom that beneath to development of human creativity in the present, creating a new form of symbol acculturation in accordance with the give me. Number four, being batik in the constellation of modern athletics. Number one, the development of being of brain batik. In the beginning of the country, 20 country, in the new coloring subs on textile production, theory were developed. Istanbul batik grew rapid during in the development project batik in the Istanbul batiks. With end product in number followed by mechanic to textile we modern piringan batik in the have exercises since all push to exit in the city of Bandung are Batik Omar, Batik Hasan, Batik Priernelia, Batik Tata Cahyati, Batik Jawa Barat, Batik Bandung Eds. This become new phenomenon in the socialization of modern batik. This phenomenon makes batik culturation more regular and meaningful. Batik ornament have expanded growth. Batik according in addition the constellation of modern acts. Therefore, it all batik produced according to custom need and internal culture. I was later product for external market with turned batik interconnectivity. Number two, batik Garut. Batik Garut general is variant of batik in ornament natural, showing flora and fauna from the skirting, the main ornament, or muslitin larang aerot, larang urban strawberry, Ciputat Manggunatsen, Kurungan Hayam, Chicken Chicks, Tiun, Brooks, Sugar, and batu stone. Satika thus in batiks. Garut can be classified into two groups based on the basic definition of their ornament, geometric and non-geometric. Geometric present of component in the following ornament: lereng kalu, lereng ew, lereng kakus, lereng cerut, lereng bohlam, batik kumeli, tiwu, sidamukti, kembang sidamukti payung, lereng arben, and lereng erung kacang. Geometric patterns are contained in the following ornament: semen, pinggiran, lunglungan, and peksi. Number 3, batik Tasik. Batik Tasik began to develop because of the presence of recruits from Central Java and the theme of the Diponegoro War. Batik Tasik has a special background coloring with backlist how the process be the part of the non-geometric pattern. Vegan animal, flora, and tumpal. Stylish in the upload the variant parts in single object within the undertone of imaginity means Batik Tasik in the sense of simple isin in the form of cecek and sawu. Application of coloring shoot and violet, yellow, and green with an ornamental style similar to the broken of Tasik embodied in a European style and variant color. Number 4, batik Ciamis, Ciamisan. Batik Ciamis is believed to have been strongly influenced by batik Banyumas, later calling batik Sarian, the batik general specific geometrical pattern of lereng, liris, parang in brown backgrounds. Batik Sarian uses to the basic direction of dark black, later become illustration with additional bright color, shirt and red, orange, yellow, and little bit green and blue. This batik Ciamis influenced by batik Tasik and batik Garut, and is less referred with regard on quality of babaran since moderate simplicity by ability to coloring and process few isen and arrangement happens and detail of ornament subject. Number 5. Number 5. Consideration. Number 1. The effect of batik. The variety of less. The effect of piringan batik. Phrase of all these values of piringan batik beneath the constellation of modern aesthetics and repression of ornament. The embedded meaning of coloring can be stipulated and instantly infinity. Being empathy expert in the development, incorporation, variant meaning, dimension, goals, and influences of modern cultural in the aesthetics domain. Finally, its evolution to the solution than original first local know-how is students' culture with Piringan batiks can be economic experience in the world of the academic science as contribution to the constellation of modern aesthetics. Number two, the fellows of Piringan Bati begin the constellation of modern aesthetics. First of all, the philosophies of Piringan Bati within the constellation of modern aesthetics, respiration in ornaments, themes, patterns, naming, and coloring can be stipulated on Stanley Divinity. Piringan Bati explanation on the development, incorporation, variation, meaning, dimension, goals, influences of modern culture in the aesthetics domain. Finally, its conversion to the centrality, the original flash, and local know-how in Sanasi culture with the Piringan Batik can be analogous, especially in the world academic sense as an contribution to the constellation of modern aesthetics. Sekian dari saya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.